Good afternoon, Jessica. Thank you so much for taking the time to call me today. It is so nice to finally meet you. How was your weekend?
Good afternoon, Clay. I've had a great weekend. I was able to spend time with my family and work on designing and sewing costumes for my school musical.
I'm glad to hear it. To start this meeting off, I just want to let you know I am a sales rep from Apple. In a previous email thread, you expressed some concern about your technology needs within your internship. Is this correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Would you be open to answering a few questions so that I can have a better understanding on what your specific technology needs are and how I might be able to help with that? And is it okay if I write down some notes during this call?
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Great. Before we dive in, when I was researching on your website, I understood that the University of Kentucky has recently acquired St. Clair. How has this transition been for you and your team?
It's definitely been an adjustment. There have been some policy and system changes, and we're still figuring out how to integrate everything smoothly.
That makes sense. Transitions like this can bring both opportunities and challenges, especially when it comes to technology. How do you currently use technology in your day-to-day tasks at your internship?
Well, I handwrite all of my notes and then I retype all of them on my laptop so that I can share them to my colleagues and email my documents to my advisors.
If I may ask, what kind of laptop do you use?
I use my personal MacBook, and I use this because it's really the only available option that I have.
Similar to that, what tools might make the challenges you mentioned easier to work with?
Tools that would be able to share information with each other, write reports on, and document our experiences on would definitely make our work lives easier.
Have you faced any other challenges while using technology in your internship?
Well, to reiterate, having a device that can replace our handwritten notes is my number one concern. We're constantly on the move as well. We don't really have time to sit down and type out our notes on our computer, so having something that could take that away would be great.
Going off of that statement, are there any areas within your workflow that may feel inefficient or even frustrating?
Yeah, definitely having to transfer and rewrite everything from paper to online platforms. It would make my job much easier if I had a device that was more portable and reliable than my current situation.
Other than having to transfer your notes from paper to online, have you noticed any additional gaps between what you need from a device and what you currently have?
Yeah, finding more portable, reliable, and efficient devices would be extremely helpful. I really need one that'll make it easier to share documents with my colleagues and one that will allow me to only have to write or type my notes once.
If you were able to have, or if you were able to find a device with better technology that would fill those gaps, what opportunities do you believe that might arise within your internship?
Well, better technology could allow me to take notes and document important information quicker. It would also allow me to share my documentation with others easier, as well as allow me to not be forced to redo, rewrite, and transfer everything from paper to digital. If I had a device that could reduce the amount of paper notes I have to take, that would be amazing.
Have you tried using different tools or devices to improve your workflow? If so, what has worked and what hasn't?
So, I have not tried any alternative tools or devices because, as far as I know, I do not currently have access to any. And this is partly because we are located in a rural community in eastern Kentucky with very limited resources. Although, now that St. Clair has been bought out by the University of Kentucky, we're slowly gaining access to new technologies and have a budget that will hopefully allow us to continue to grow and have more opportunities to improve.
Going back to the challenges you are facing, how do these impact your ability to stay organized or complete tasks efficiently?
Well, the challenges are major setbacks, and they cause unnecessary inconveniences in my work life, mostly because I document everything I do throughout the day, and I have to transfer all of my handwritten documents into our online databases, and that takes quite a bit of time to do. It's also difficult to stay organized because I have so many sheets of paper from each job experience, and it
Mhm.
makes it hard to keep track of everything and make sure that all of my notes are in order when I rewrite them electronically.
I would assume that if you are having these issues, your colleagues are probably as well.
Yeah. Other interns and students who are shadowing do have the same issues as me. Now, most of the doctors and physician assistants, they have their own desktop computers in their offices, but they also still have to handwrite all of their notes and transfer them to the online charts of our patients. So, the transferring and constantly changing back and forth between paper and online is definitely a universal issue here.
On the contrary, if you had a device that fully met your needs, how would that change the way that you work?
It would make my work life significantly easier. The only the new device would for sure allow me to quickly and efficiently consult patients and allow me to work with my colleagues quicker, which would ultimately grant me additional time to help other patients and assist more specialists.
To shift the focus, what do you think your ideal technology setup would look like for your internship?
If I had a portable device that would allow me to quickly document and share files, that would be perfect. A device that would also be directly connected to our computers and could relay information is the ideal setup for sure.
Okay. Well, like any other job, I'm sure you expect your job to evolve over time. Is this correct?
Yes, I do plan on my job evolving over time.
Okay, great. On that topic, how do you see your role in healthcare evolving and what tools would support that growth?
Well, as you know, the world as a whole is becoming more reliant on technology by the day, which means that the healthcare field is also forced to adapt to this. And the more my job evolves, the more I have to work with this new technology. So,
Mhm.
tools that could stay up to date with this constantly evolving technology would be the best option for my growth.
Okay. Well, bouncing off of that, if your internship were to provide better tools, what features or improvements would you hope for?
Like I've mentioned before, definitely portable, reliable, and easy to access would be great.
What would you be looking for in a device that could support both your current and your future career?
One that could continue to update over time and would not have to be frequently replaced as new advancements are made.
Okay. So moving forward, based on what we've discussed, do you think your current setup is helping or holding you back?
I'd say it's definitely holding me back from my full potential.
Because you feel this way, because you feel that this is holding you back, would it make sense to explore some other options that could address the challenges that you've mentioned?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would be very open to explore any available options that could possibly improve some of the challenges that I faced.
With that in mind, just to ask this one more time, I want to make sure I'm completely clear on this. If you
Mhm.
had to rank your needs, what do you think that would be?
My top five would definitely be portability, reliability, easily transferable, up to date with hospital technologies and protocols, and then lastly, cost.
Cost is at the bottom. Why is that? If I'm able to ask, I'm really curious.
Well, if all the other needs are met, then I feel like paying the cost for that is valuable to this company.
That makes sense. Um, is it safe to assume that you are going to make this decision for your budget, or should I contact someone else for this decision?
I'm the decision maker.
So, based on everything that we have discussed, I believe I do have something that would meet all of your needs. But I understand that your time is valuable and that you need to hop off soon. Would you be open to a follow-up conversation where I can present some tailored options based on what we've discussed today?
Yeah, I love that.
Awesome. Next week, what would be your best time and day for our follow-up conversation?
With my schedule, I can manage Tuesday at 2.
That works for me. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you.